Okay, another thing, because I got to remind you guys every day that we let big tech take over our government. What's happening in San Francisco is going to happen all over this country, if it isn't already. But what's happening in San Francisco is going to happen all over this country. And the craziest part about it, being a poor person, all-American myself, I'm realizing that we as the poors who don't have access to resources or accommodations and who've also been brushed out of access to a decent living condition, a basic living accommodation, we are the ones who are blamed for how we react to the not apparent, the actual circumstances. While these people continue to increase the price of living, continue to block off themselves from integrating into the society that has offered them so much success and so much abundance, they continue to invest in police to punish the people who need accommodations rather than accommodating those people so they wouldn't have to be punished by police. But in America, we have a punishment kink, I want to call it. And that means we have to just justify punishing you for the sake of having power and domination over you rather than actually helping you meet your needs, because that wouldn't be American of us. We wouldn't get to show you how strong and mighty and powerful we are. And I don't know what point it's going to get like too scary for you guys. Let me just give you a couple of theories as to when it can get pretty scary. Maybe martial law, when we start having like actual militia, and maybe not even militia, but just military technology living inside our houses. Amazon Alexa was the start of something new. Started something new. Feels so right to be here with you. Or maybe when the only job you can work as a low-skilled person is at a data center. So these AI robots can protect the wealthy people as they get to exist in this world, fully protected from all of the poors that are suffering every second of the day, attempting to survive. Because we only have two uses for humanoid robots: slaves, weapons. I was going to say a third thing, but that's it. Our leadership doesn't know anything else. So when we aren't using these weapons on other people, making them afraid of how strong and mighty we are as Americans, it almost seems fitting that we're going to use them on the same Americans that have the potential to Luigi Mangione some more American CEOs. Allegedly. Conspiracy theory, I don't think he did it, but we're not going to have that conversation here. But this is why I made the theory that maybe like 6 months ago, that billionaires are going to start manufacturing a class of marginalized people. And I said specifically, they're going to start taking homeless people straight off the streets and using them in some kind of like secret labs or these like human detention centers, almost like the NAZIs did. In the human experiment sense, and they're going to start forcefully integrating technology into humans, or attempting to do so. But you can't actually do that even consensually in the real world, so you have to do that to people who the world already doesn't care about enough to allow this to happen to them. And then even if it did get revealed, they have no connections or no support system anyway, so it's like the government and whoever's involved doesn't get punished for it. But there's a reason. There's a reason why people aren't being given basic accommodations. And there's a reason why there's no safety net in America. There's genuinely a reason. And the craziest thing is that I don't know if it's just pure narcissism and ignorance, or if it's just like the unwillingness to change. Wealthy people wouldn't, like, especially CEOs, wouldn't be afraid of dying if they just made sure that people had like a safety net, a basic one to live on. Even if they couldn't escape that, if they just had a basic safety net to like not complain about their everyday existence, then people wouldn't be spending their dying seconds thinking about trying to like off a CEO. or like punish the people who are putting them in the circumstances that they're in. They'd be thinking about, maybe it is my fault my circumstances are like this, and maybe I should just do a little harder work. But like, you guys make it so obvious that like all these businesses, all these corporations, all these industries are just wealth extraction tools to just punish poor people for existing, but then using them to punish other poor people for not participating. Y'all gotta check out my podcast, bro. I be going off on there every week. I've missed a week, but I be going off on there every week, bro. For real. There's good episodes on there right now. Go check that shit out. And we'll conclude this video off right here. These fucking big tech Zucker fucks and all them want to say, oh, well, there's going to be more room for free time and productivity after AI starts stealing all your jobs. No, there won't be. Because why do people not have access to that now while they work their actual jobs? You have to just see the marketing. This is why you need autistic people like myself who literally only see the world in black and white and can just see the fucking marketing stamped on top of a fucking liar. But the problem is the only autistic adult that you like is one of these little white tech bros who's going to end up sci-fi dystopia, destroying everything that we love and care about on this planet for the sake of hopefully touching Mars and seeing an alien that looks no different than like a black person, but allegedly. I really just want you guys to really conceptualize this stuff, especially as TikTok's getting blown up. I'm going all my hottest takes on here, but I really, really, really want you guys to sit here and conceptualize for a second. We don't give people housing because we want to make other people investment incomes through real estate. We don't give people health care because we want to continue to gamble wellness and health through big pharma. We don't give people access to jobs because the only time we want to give somebody a job is if they're in a position to where they're so desperate they're willing to get exploited and sign on a dotted line for it. We don't give people access to education, and we're actively destroying the federal access to education for the sake of convincing people 80 hours a week is more worthy of, I don't know, dignity or valor than working 40 hours a week and being able to, I don't know, be a fucking human outside of that. We don't give people access to community because big tech needs to make sure that we're spending as much time as possible on these phones, on these televisions, on this technology, so we can be creating the data that they're inevitably going to steal to charge up their LLMs, their AI models, and then replace us in the waking reality. Because what do you do when you've already taken everything away from everyday people and they have nothing but anger and pain towards the people who took the opportunity from them? You got to create a AI or maybe a human, just a police militia to punish these people back into place and to create some examples as to what's going to happen to people if they try to dissent the leading opinion, which is that of the American oligarchy. I'm telling you guys right now, bro, the next 5 to 25 years might be the wildest fucking Wild West shit you've ever seen in your entire life, bro. And I'm going to, hot take, there's like a 37% chance, not a 37% chance, there's like 37% of the reason why this whole entire world is going to go to shit is because you guys hate black people. I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys got over that shit, bro, there's so many more issues we could attack. But like that hatred of black people is just it's just such low hanging fruit to all you niggas, bro. Like, I hate you guys.